Thank you for downloading another edition of the Saturday Drop-In here on Highland Hospital Radio. My name's Tom, she's Shannon.
Hello.
We're back together again after our Valentine's Day break. Not together. We did separate things. Separate things on Valentine's Day.
I went to Birmingham.
You went?
Of all the things to do on Valentine's Day.
Was it Dudley? Dudley.
Dudley.
Whereas we went to Edinburgh to see the arts.
Yes.
Because we're posh.
And I picked up a dog.
You did. And we'll be hearing all about the new dog and all about our fun at the theatre in this week's episode of the Saturday Drop-In, as well as your usual features of Beat Detective, Guess the Year, this or that, and a really good interview with a guy by the name of Tommy, who was here to tell us about NHS Inform's Mind to Mind service. We'll jump straight into that interview right now. Now, it's time to chill out and take a wee sip from the warm coffee pot of life. This is a section of the show which is sponsored by coffee. Coffee. Because that's how this show runs. It's the NHS Highland Coffee Corner. What you got first for Shannon?
So the NHS Highland attended the Caithness job event this week, promoting roles from care at home and nursing roles to occupational therapy, facilities, physiotherapy and care homes as well. They're really something for everyone, and the teams have really enjoyed the wide variety of roles that exist within the NHS Highland area. If you're looking for maybe a change in your career, something to work on, more information on careers can be found at nhshighland.scot.nhs.uk and click careers.
I think you sometimes forget how much it takes
so
to make the NHS run.
There are so many options though. It's not, you could be a nurse, you could be a children's nurse, you could be an adults nurse.
You could work in the admin department.
You could be a mental health, you could work in the admin department. We love the admin department.
We love the admin department,
You can work on bank, all that fun stuff. But yeah, anywhere from cleaning to doing CPR. Perfect.
That covers it all.
Yep.
Coming up this week is Eating Disorders Awareness Week, which begins Monday the 23rd of February. This year's theme is community. NHS Highland will be sharing information, resources and ways to get involved on their social channels over the week. So if you're not already following them, have a wee look on your Facebook, your Instagram for NHS Highland. More information is also being made available via the Beat Eating Disorders website, which is beateatingdisorders.org.uk. We've also been featuring NHS Inform's Mind to Mind campaign over the past few weeks here on Highland Hospital Radio. Whether it's Shannon and I, we're always positive about talking about mental health and well-being.
We make points of chatting about our mental health together,
so making
it a better place.
This is our therapy, coming in to talk to each other on a Saturday and have a blather.
I might come in and be like, the worst things happen, I'm like crying and you're just like, coffee? I'm like, let's talk about it. Like,
and sometimes it's as simple as that. I was lucky enough to meet up with one of the people who's been supported by Mind to Mind, and had a chat with him. His name's Tommy, and first of all,
Tom and Tommy.
I know I did say this to him. We'll talk about this after the interview, but I did say to him, Tom and Tommy. That's a great lineup. We had a wee chat last week. In preparation for today's interview that we're going to put out, just to chat about mental health in general and about the support that is available through the Mind to Mind website. So after I said hello and after we got over our names, I asked Tommy to tell us about his experience with his own mental health.
My experience with mental health, obviously, is I used to have an eating disorder, anorexia and bulimia, that started when I was age 17. I was actually a semi-professional footballer, and my mum had suffered long-term cancers right from my birth right through to the age of 17. And I was kind of going back and forward to the doctor after losing my mum and my grandfather and telling them that I was cutting down on my food and was really exercising a lot. But back in 1997, you never really heard anything about eating disorders. It was really, really difficult to kind of, and even I didn't understand what an eating disorder was. And the doctor just kind of giving me antidepressants, sending me away and saying, come back and see me for 3 months. So this went on for about 3 years, and I went away to visit my family in Australia, and they've actually had eating disorders over there as well. And during that time, I ended up taking ill over there, and I come back, and then shortly after, I ended up suffering a massive heart attack, and I was in a coma for 4 months. And that's when I was actually diagnosed as having an eating disorder. And through that, I lost my footballing career. I had sciatic nerve damage, and I ended up getting back out of the hospital, and I had kind of periods of never really getting better, but I did get better after that, and I ended up meeting what was soon to become my wife, and she suffered 4 miscarriages, which was misdiagnosed as polycystic ovarian syndrome. Turned out it was actually ovarian cancer. She had a full hysterectomy, and that was when I had a second relapse. Never really get better again due to that, because my dad had suffered type 1 diabetes and ended up having an amputation below his left knee and suffered a massive stroke, which we ended up losing him in 2014. And that's really when things turned for me, because at that point I decided something that my dad had always said to me was, don't do it for me, don't do it for your wife, you've got to want to do it for yourself. And I kind of became sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I've now been recovered for well over 10 years, but it's been a long journey basically to get to where I am.
You mentioned there the GP and that initial contact. Was there any other organisation or any other sources of help that you've reached out to at that time?
Actually, I get put in touch with a great community disorder eating team that came in and visited me. So that was basically support in the community and in the hospital. But it was never really anything that you would call therapy. It was mostly like just me speaking to them on the phone and getting in there and getting weighed and things like that. They never really gave me any therapy. Actually, the only therapy I did get was after I was discharged from the eating disorder service in 2019. I actually met a community link-up worker in my GP service, and they put me in touch with a psychologist who they ended up having me sit down, and it was basically like grief counselling kind of thing. And that was probably the biggest thing that really helped me, because it's something that I'd always asked for and never really get help.
So much was going on at once. You've had your eating disorder, you've experienced bereavement, you've experienced difficulties with your family as well. Did it just sort of feel like there was a point where everything was just all piling up on top of each other and becoming so much to try and deal with at once?
Absolutely, yeah. It was kind of like I was trying to explain to them that I was obviously struggling with the grief and obviously my wife's situation and things like that. And I think for me, the eating disorder became like an escape from everything, to be honest. Like, it was kind of like a safety blanket, and as sad as this is to say today, it kind of became my best friend, because it stopped me recovering, because I thought, who am I going to be without eating disorder? And I was scared that if I did recover, I would have to face everything like you say that was going on in my life. I would have to take that all on, which I think it was just an escape really, and a coping mechanism in general really.
So what about Mind to Mind? When did Mind to Mind come into your life, and how did you find out about it?
Mind to Mind came into my life probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was through See Me Scotland, who I've actually been a volunteer with for over 10 years. I'd done a lot of work with them, and they kind of put me onto them and things, and I'd done things like obviously talking about the grief side of things and coping with stress and videos and that for them. And I think they were really, really good, because when I looked at some of the things that they were doing, I think to myself, if I had that back then, how to deal with kind of the coping mechanisms, how to deal with stress and things, there was that kind of resource back then that might have been influential in helping me not have that long journey and try to recover that at that time.
Tell us about what Mind to Mind is, and that what does Mind to Mind offer? What's available on Mind to Mind?
Yeah, well, they hold a lot of different things, but obviously like kind of the digital things, like obviously coping mechanisms and how to deal with stress, how to deal with grief. That's the kind of the things that I've kind of really got involved with, I would say.
We know everybody's going to be different, and everybody has different things that will work for them. But when things have got difficult, what kind of strategies have you found have worked for you personally?
For me personally, it's been things like journaling and things like that, because a lot of the things that I've kind of bottled up that I couldn't speak to people about, I find it really, really good that I could put it down in paper, and it kind of takes that hold over it and things. But on top of that, things like breathing exercises I think was really, really good. That was something that Mind to Mind obviously recommended, that I really started to kind of utilise in my own recovery, and meditation and things like that. That was really good for me as well. But I think as well, just kind of try to speak to people. I think that's the biggest part, whether that's a family member or a friend or anything like that, because I think these things thrive in secrecy, and a big part of recovering and trying to kind of manage things and maintain your mental health is speaking about it.
You know, specifically talking about speaking about it, how do you feel about, coming to speak about your mental health publicly? Talking to a stranger like me or talking on the radio. Do you feel apprehensive, or has talking about it in this way started to help you? Is it a good strategy?
Yeah, I initially at the very, very start, over 10 years ago when I started speaking about this, I was really, really apprehensive, because especially when you suffer with an eating disorder and things like that, it's seen as a female illness generally, which actually it isn't. It's actually, they say it's 1 in 4 men, but I think it's like 50-50 across the gender divide really. But I think it's really, really difficult to speak about it. But now for me, I think it's more of a case that it's not just for helping me. It's really, I think about it and speaking to people, that it's maybe going to help somebody else that's not going to go through the same journey and the same struggle that I did. And if it can help one person, I think that's really influential, because the earlier you can accept you've got a problem and the earlier you can get the help, the more likely you are to have a healthy, sustained recovery as well.
Do you find it quite cathartic to be able to speak about it to people, and maybe you see them taking it on board, relate to what you say, and you know that they're saying to themselves, oh, I can see some of myself in Tommy here, and that leads them to maybe start their own path for recovery? Does that help you? Does that make you feel better as well?
Absolutely. It's very, very cathartic. Like I say, it's a term that you're helping somebody else, but it's also helping you, because everything you've kind of hold on to, you're then letting it go and you're speaking about it. And I think that's a big part in the process, actually recovering for these type of things and getting over that.
Look, of course, it's difficult to maintain that level that you're at just now. There's going to be times when maybe challenges get thrown at us in life. And if someone's already going through some difficulties in their mental health, they're in recovery, but they find that they have these wee dips. Have you found that that's happened? And what strategies have you been able to use to get yourself back up to that good place again?
Yeah, well, especially now, I kind of notice the triggers and things that I've got. That, like, obviously, like, times get really difficult when my wife's health and things like that. And I've kind of noticed that sometimes the bad voices kind of sneak back in and things like that. But I recognise them now and I automatically kick them back out, because I know that the eating disorder was never a choice, but if I let that creep back in now, that is me letting it back in. So I try to manage things by, like, one, celebrating the lives of my mum and dad and things like their anniversaries and their birth and things, and Mother's Day and Father's Day and things like that. That's kind of things that really helps me a lot.
If you go into the world of what if here, you know, if you could go back and tell your younger self, you know, Tommy from 10 or 20 years ago, and give them one piece of advice, what would that be?
I think it would be that you're really worth it, and you don't need to think that you're weak by opening up about your struggles, because it's actually a strength. And I think that's the biggest thing that I would like to say to that person, because, like, I think if he'd opened up and spoke about things and accepted I had a problem and no maybe pushed people away when they actually tried to help him, even though it was the illness itself, I think that would have been really great. And yeah, it's a difficult one to kind of put into words, but I think that's the thing, that you're not weak speaking up about things, because I think men in general in Scotland, we think that speaking about our mental health is a weakness, when it's actually a strength, actually, to open up about things.
No, I couldn't agree more. We're rotten at it, aren't we? Without a doubt, we're all really bad at it. And it's something that when we speak about mental health and well-being, certainly myself, when I'm talking on the radio and being a bit more honest about it, hopefully, and that's just trying to break down a couple more barriers, one or two maybe, where we can just get people talking about how they're feeling. And it can be the simplest thing about just saying to somebody, let's just have a chat, let's meet up for a coffee. You know, it doesn't have to be a massive step to support someone, does it?
No, I always say to people, it's just about being there for them. It's about validating their feelings. You don't be non-judgmental. You don't need to give them answers. But the one thing I always say to people, like, when they're thinking of somebody that's maybe struggling with it, it's a family member or a friend, if they say they're okay, ask them that again, because sometimes you'll always, like, naturally say, I am fine and things like that. Ask it again and reaffirm that, because that might be them, they might open up then eventually as well.
Going back to earlier on, Tommy, you mentioned your eating disorder, and it's something we've spoken about here on Highland Hospital Radio before. We've been fortunate enough to have a local support group come in and speak to us. And one of the things that it's really good to point out with regards to the eating disorder is that it affects everyone. Maybe we don't quite associate it with being something that men could be impacted by, but it's really important to highlight and talk about it and say that, well, you know, actually it affects everyone, doesn't it?
I think I absolutely agree with that, because, like, I think especially with men with eating disorders, like celebrities, like I've spoken with Freddie Flintoff and obviously his eating disorder, Paul Gascoigne, Christopher Eccleston and things like that. People that these guys, like, everybody looks at them and think they've got all this money, they've got this great life. For them to open up about things, I think that lets your general person know that if they guys can speak about it, surely it opens barriers, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it lets us know that mental health conditions or disorders and so much else, it affects everyone. You know, it doesn't target one particular group of people. It's widespread throughout our whole community, isn't it?
Absolutely. Everybody's got mental health, and I think that's something that's really, really important to understand, that we've all got it. And I think especially during lockdown, people kind of became more understanding of things like depression and things, and been locked up in their houses and things, and that mental health was really rife then, and people kind of think maybe it gave them a better understanding of how if people were actually struggling back then.
So the resources for Mind to Mind, it's on the website. If you feel comfortable enough and confident enough, get yourself onto the website. And what you're going to find there is other people's experiences, isn't it? And hopefully it's something that you can relate to, and if you feel comfortable with, you can take it forward and reach out for more support and look for further help, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think just go onto the Mind to Mind website. You can get through all the different resources. Like, we'll get things talking about dealing with grief, dealing with stress, all different type of illnesses to improve mental health. And I think it's really important to go on there. You might take something away from it, and it may help you or somebody that you're actually a loved one, a friend, or anything like that as well.
Yeah, and that website to go and look at is nhsinform.scot/mind to mind. And if you want, you can go onto our own website, hhr.scot, where we will have that information there. So if you haven't got a notepad or whatever to write it down, you can get onto our website and we'll direct you to it as well. Tommy, thank you so much for coming on to the station today and having a chat with us. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm sure it's been of great benefit to everybody. So thanks very much for coming on.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
It is Saturday, the 21st of February. I can tell you this, International Pipe Smoking Day, but don't do that, kids, that's not cool.
Don't smoke.
National Comfy Day. Ooh.
I am wearing a comfortable jacket.
You're comfy. I'm going t-shirt, but the only reason I'm wearing t-shirt is just to rub in the fact of where I was last week. And we'll talk about that as well. World Care Day, National Caregivers Day, with awareness themes like Cyber Scotland Week and Eating Disorders Awareness Week. We're going to be mentioning that later on as part of NHS Highlands Coffee Corner. It's also Thinking Day today. So to all our girl guides, our rainbows, our brownies, our rangers, our young leaders, and indeed the most important people of all, the volunteer, big leaders who look after it all.
Your wife.
I.e. my wife. A very happy Thinking Day to you all. Currently here in Inverness-shire, because we're big, we're friends of Inverness.
I have
Inverness
they gave me my first girl guiding badge.
You got a girl guiding badge
exciting.
last time they were in.
Yes.
They are currently at the Inverness Royal Academy for a massive event for Thinking Day. So as it is, I'm a hog, husband of guider. And I was there, as is always the case, to help set up some, AV stuff. So I was taking a speaker in, setting up the projector for them for some stuff that they're doing at IRA. And there must have been about 200 girls waiting to get in as we escaped.
Yes.
Massive event today, lots happening for them, and it's great that girls and young women here in Inverness have these people who give up their time to go and do things like that. It's really, really good. Mm-hmm. So yes, enjoy your Thinking Day today, and we will be teaming up with a Girl Guide soon again.
I know. Next week.
Is it next week?
We start next week.
Does it start next week?
Surprise!
Should really check my diary more often. But yeah, so in terms of my comfiness, I'm wearing a t-shirt, and my t-shirt says Cornley Drama Society.
I automatically went, were you like in Amdram when you were a kid or something like that?
I thought it was just like actually in some sort of corny. I can't
see that. I'll take off my language.
I thought it was just in some sort of corny drama as normal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's always some sort of drama around here, certainly, yeah. So last week I went to the theatre.
The theatre?
The theatre.
Oh.
Did you have binoculars and everything else and looking?
Do you know what? They've taken them out. I'm sure I've been to old theatres and they had the binoculars that you put a £1 coin in, and you could get binoculars for the show. No, we were in the stalls. So that's the front bit, isn't it?
Yes.
We were in row M of the stalls, so that's kind of posh seats,
you
isn't
say
it?
stalls, I was thinking of stalls, you put your hands on your head and sort of thing.
No. Something else altogether. We were away to see A Christmas Carol Goes Wrong.
Ooh.
Now, the Goes Wrong show, I don't know if have you seen this on television, James? You're a television kind of buff.
I've seen it, because they've done it's the same as they've done the play that went wrong.
That's exactly it,
okay.
yeah. So the play that goes wrong is still going on in London.
Yeah.
Then they've done the TV series. They've done 2 series of their stuff, including the Nativity, which is hilarious.
The Nativity was amazing.
Hello. They've done Peter Pan Goes Wrong. Now we went to see Peter Pan Goes Wrong last year, or maybe 2024, within the last 2 years. And it's absolutely hilarious. It's so well choreographed. If you don't know what we're talking about, this is a stage show, and by the title, Goes Wrong, it is designed to go wrong. So all the things that you maybe see go wrong by mistake when you've been to see a show, like a bit of equipment's missing or it malfunctions, this is done by design, on purpose for them.
But it's really cleverly done.
So well done. And do you know what? It's because they're doing it live on stage as well. The scope for it to go wrong properly, like the thing that they're trying to make go wrong could go wrong and really hurt somebody. It's so well done. So we went to see that. Christmas Carol goes wrong in February. And of course
that's wrong in the first place.
Well, exactly. So they're playing Christmas music in the auditorium before the show starts, and you're going, this feels weird.
It's got the weather for it. It's wet and cold.
It's exactly, so we did that. So that was our exciting weekend. Shannon, anything exciting happened to you last weekend? Anything to report at all?
I got a puppy.
Hey, all the cool kids are getting puppies.
We're getting dogs now.
So tell us, who is your new arrival for you and Ben?
So our new arrival is Paddy. He is a Wowzer.
I thought it was a Wowwowzer, a Wowzowzer.
A Wowwowzer.
What is he?
So it's a Welsh Fox Terrier / miniature Schnauzer. So he's a little teddy bear.
He is teeny. I don't know if you've seen the pictures,
teeny
James.
tiny.
Seen like 1,000 videos since I came in.
And I was like, look at my dog.
It's fair to say that Shannon has taken 1 or 2 images of little Paddy.
1 or 2 million.
Of our wee Paddy Badger.
We've seen him running around your garden. We've seen him getting cuddles. I haven't seen him sleeping on your lap. That's definitely not happened.
No, it hasn't happened.
And we've also seen him, and he's got a little throne to be carried around in. Have you seen this?
I haven't seen the throne. No.
It's a booster seat. It is a car booster seat.
Why?
Because he's really small. I don't want to put him in the. I don't have a boot cage just yet. So I was like, what's an alternative that I can get from Facebook? A booster seat.
He has a throne for the car.
It's a booster
It's
seat.
looking like a topical. A member of the royal family being paraded around in a carriage. The current royal family, not anybody who used to be. We're talking about the proper ones. He's got that kind of vibe going on.
He's a good boy.
He's
got a climbing as well?
He's a good boy, absolutely.
He's a good boy.
Moving on. We will get into some more music for you now. I think this might actually be like within the last 10 years, this song. Who put this on the system?
Oh, this was me.
All right.
This was me when I started, so it's at least 5 years old.
No way. Throwbacks. We are going to have some of the interrupters now. When we come back after this song and a wee short break, we are going to be playing Guess the Year here on your Saturday Drop. It's Real Love, it's the Beatles here on Highland Hospital Radio. And we've got a question for you, and that question is, what was the year? I mean, if I've given you the Beatles, that surely must give you a decade, right?
Right.
We shall see. Despite originally being a demo recorded by John Lennon in 1979 and a posthumous release following his death, the song would be released in our mystery year as an official The Beatles single.
T's and P's. T's and P's.
Too soon. Would you like some more clues, everybody?
Yes, please.
Excellent. In TV, on The Big Breakfast, Gabby Roslin presents her last show after 3 years of co-hosting. Zoe Ball would replace her, but by the way, she would only last until halfway through our mystery year, because Andy Peters and Emma Forbes would present their last episode of Live and Kicking, and Zoe Ball would then become a presenter on Live and Kicking as well. Whatever happened to Zoe Ball? I've never heard of it.
Full bag breakfast, am I right?
Also in terms of replacements, Darren Day replaces Matthew Kelly as the host of ITV's show You Bet.
I feel like there was a lot of research and development for presenters in this year.
They were trying different things, it's fair to say. Well, speaking of trying different things, Live TV, which was a cable station. So back, when you had old school cable,
like
Telewest
and stuff.
Yeah. Cable tele in terms of a box coming from the ground, a cable coming from a box in the ground into a box in your living room, rather than a satellite dish.
Okay.
You had Live TV, which when I was growing up was Channel 18. The short-lived TV station's mascot, the News Bunny, was introduced in this year. It would be seen dancing in the background of news programmes and would often attempt to interrupt public appearances of politicians and celebrities. There were many one-off special guest occupants of the costume, including future Blue Peter presenter Richard Bacon, LBC presenter Nick Ferrari as well, all have donned the suit. The News Bunny even stood for Parliament in South East Staffordshire in the Westminster by-election in our mystery year. The News Bunny was not elected, unfortunately, again obtaining only 0.2% of the vote.
That's 0.2% more of what anyone expected.
Exactly.
Though, let's
face it. I think it was only 85 votes, which says a lot about, turnout at elections. At this year's Brit Awards on television, you would have seen the bare behind of a certain Jarvis Cocker. Michael Jackson performed Earth Song on stage. On burst Pulp frontman Jarvis Cocker, who mooned the pop superstar. Cocker was detained by Jackson's security detail, which led to a bizarre situation of comedian Bob Mortimer making representations to police to have Cocker released. Bob Mortimer was a solicitor in his previous life, so he decided to go.
Absolute legend.
I mean, yeah, who's going to jump in and save me? Bob Mortimer. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I can't imagine him having a normal job though. Like,
read his autobiography. It's so good, so much fun. On CBBC, children's BBC, they showed The Demon Headmaster for the first time. The adaptation of the Gillian Cross novels follows the story of Dinah Glass, who finds that the headmaster of her new school seems to have a power over the students. Dinah sets out to stop the Demon Headmaster's plan for world domination. Ooh. I loved watching The Demon Headmaster. I was right into that. Who was born in this year? Who wasn't a YouTube star or TikTok star? Because when I'm doing the research on this, they don't get mentioned.
That kind of helps.
So these are proper people this time,
proper people.
Proper
wow.
people.
Tom Holland, Spider-Man actor, he spent a couple of weeks up in Inverness as well. Mm-hmm. When he was doing, what's the film called? Odyssey? Something like that. It's just come out. It's great. Also, you've got WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, Irish singer Ciara Mary Alice Thompson, also known as CMAP, who was at Belladrum last year.
Bella, yes.
Yeah, she was very good. And Thai British Red Bull Formula 1 driver Alex Alden as well.
What was going on in the movies, Shannon?
So your top 5 grossing movies according to saltypopcorn.co.uk. Jumanji was on. That was at £14.2 million at number 5. And number 4 is Mission Impossible with £18.3 million in...
This is OG Mission Impossible.
Oh, this is the
This
one.
is the Impossible Mission.
Ah, I see. At number 3 was Seven. Oh, very sad film. 18.5 million in the box office. Number 2 is Independence Day.
So thank goodness for the United States of America saving the world.
Yeah.
Like they always do.
And number 1 for this year was Toy Story. And it was at £35.1 million. Do you know Toy Story 5 trailer came out yesterday?
Did it? I can't believe they're making a Toy Story 5.
Guys. Woody's got a balding spot.
How can he have a balding spot? He's a
toy.
No, Thank you.
Guys.
Has he just rubbed his head a
lot?
lot?
He's a toy for us. He's a toy for us. You have to watch the trailer.
I still say it should have ended at the end of Toy Story 3. I haven't seen Toy Story 4.
Have you not?
No, I've kind of lost track of these things.
Yeah.
Toy Story 3, they should have just ended it when they were in the furnace. They should have just ended it. Anyway, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It would have been. It would have been dramatic but exciting. In the news this year, Take That announced they are to split after 5 years together. Oh my goodness! I was going to press a button to go. A special helpline is set up to support distraught teenagers after the news. I remember this at the time, and even as I won't say what age I was because that would assist, but the age I was old enough to go, no, I was like, oh, for goodness sake, people, come on.
Yeah.
I was much more upset when Craig McLachlan left Neighbours. That was much more traumatic.
think for like the millennials version of this would be when One Direction, when Zayn left One D.
Yep,
that was sad.
I was more along the lines of, take that, yeah.
Yeah, please. But they didn't. They still hung around, and then they got back together, and they've made a lot of money and haven't spent quite as much to the taxman as they maybe should have. Following the privatisation of British Rail, the first 2 rail franchises come into being in our mystery year. South West Trains, operated by Stagecoach, and Great Western Trains, operated by a management buyout group and First Group. Famous, of course, for the buses. My claim to fame, I've driven a Great Western train, and I've driven from Penzance to London Paddington.
Not a Stagecoach bus then?
I haven't driven a Stagecoach bus, no. I drove a Lothian bus. Into the side of a fire engine, and we visited the scene of that crime. I'm sure my daughter will talk about that next week. Sadly, sad news. 2 royal marriages come to an end with the divorces of the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, and Princess Diana, and the Duke and Duchess of York. What's happened to them? I mean, is there anything happening at the moment?
Nothing.
I mean, can't even remember which ones they are.
Budgie.
Yeah, the little helicopter, indeed. Shall we jump into the world of sports, Shannon?
Yes, please. Tell me what's going on this year.
The Leaks British Open Squash Championships, I know this is going to, if this doesn't give it away, were held in the Cardiff International Arena. Pakistan's Jansher Khan won his 5th consecutive title. For all the squash fans out there, you're getting the answer right away. I can tell. It was the 70th year of greyhound racing in the UK. Spring Rose, trained by Charlie Lester, was voted Greyhound of the Year, and breaking down those barriers, Linda Mullins became the first woman to win Greyhound Trainer of the Year. A big year for sport. World Bowl 4 is held in Murrayfield. The European NFL League final match sees the Scottish Claymores, woo, go Claymores, defeat the Frankfurt Galaxy 32-27. I was a big Scottish Claymores fan.
Is that bowls or bowling?
Oh
no, wait, ignore me. It's the... I was just like
NFL?
bowls. NFL, yeah, sorry.
So it was, yeah, okay. So you see when you get the Super Bowl, so this one they called World Bowl, you see?
Right,
and it was a bowl, it was the world
bowl.
that they lift up. Yeah, it was literally a bowl.
They were playing Atlas kind of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. And my
sorry, I've
lasting
just
image,
confused you, me being like,
that's totally
bowls?
cool. Don't mind
or
it.
Bowling.
My lasting image is of Scottish rugby legend Gavin Hastings lifting the trophy because he played for the Scottish Claymores in this year. So maybe that's given away. And if those clues weren't obvious enough, the Summer Olympics are held in Atlanta, USA. Team GB produced their worst performance since 1952 with only one solitary gold medal for Steve Redgrave and Matthew Pinsent. And what that led to was the diversion of lottery money towards sport. So the following year's games and subsequent games, Team GB have done far better because they now have this investment into sports that comes from the National Lottery. So when my wife and I are watching, like the Winter Olympics are on just now, we're going to be chatting about that later on. We sit and watch, so when a British person comes on and they've won something, we have a timer to see how long does it take for them to thank the lottery, because clearly they are so heavily briefed to thank the lottery, and it's usually within the first 30 seconds. Well, I'm really pleased, did really well, got a great time, got a great score, just want to thank the National Lottery for funding it.
Not their mums first, not their parents,
not
their
mums or
family,
parents. No, you have to thank the National Lottery. I mean, having dealt with the National Lottery,
thanks, National Lottery.
they are very strong on the whole. Could you please take some pictures and tell everybody how much money we gave you? Thank you, National Lottery, for the money they gave us to help fund the studio.
Yes.
So, we go back to the music for a final clue.
I love this song.
This is a song that would get to number 1 in the UK. It would be our Eurovision entry. And I mean, to be honest, it should have been the winner of this year's competition. But you might think, the old political voting scunnered us.
This was before that, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. Unfortunately, she just didn't have the best performance. I think there was the backing track didn't get into her ears properly, and it was a bit out of tune. Anyway, here is Gina G. We love her with Ooh Ah, just a little bit. So there we have it. It's Gina G and Ooh Ah, just a little bit. It was our Eurovision entry. She only came 8th in the Eurovision final in this year, unfortunately.
It's an amazing song.
It's such a good tune. It just should have won, but
that's up with Sam. Come on,
Sam Ryder was. So we've had a few suggestions here in the studio, and quite simply, well, they're both got it absolutely spot on here in the studio. How did you get on across the boards, across the Highlands,
across the world? This is Highland Hospital.
Have you done voiceover work?
Yeah, something like that.
So here. The thing is, though, did you get it right? Well, let's find out.
1996.
Thank you, Mystery Voice.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Thank you very much.
There's more guests here next week.
Pal there, Secret Garden.
Totally smooth.
It is the Saturday drop-in. I did not have to just reach over and...
I didn't break a camera. Yeah, it's your Saturday drop-in, and we're back here. I'm going to do a nice edit here, right?
Cut.
Welcome back. It's the Saturday drop-in here on Highland Hospital Radio. Shannon and Tom with you. James has disappeared. He's getting his show ready for 2 o'clock. Yeah, he's on later.
Very exciting.
And we've just had our chat there with Tommy on the subject of Mind to Mind. We're really lucky, Shannon, because we get to meet lots of amazing people.
Oh, so many inspirational people, honestly.
Absolutely, yeah. People have been through so much. They've got through it to the other side, and now they're sort of happy to go back and revisit it on the basis that they can try and help others.
Yeah.
Which I find...
here just being like, do you want a song?
Can I play a song for you? I could have chatted to Tommy for ages. It's a shame we had to cut it short, but it was a really lovely guy to speak to. Really interesting as well, and it was interesting. So that when we got sort of met, we got paired up through the Scottish Government comms team, etc. I didn't know his backstory, so I was hearing it for the first time as well.
Aww.
And it was interesting when he was talking about the eating disorders, and it fits in nicely. The eating disorders week's coming up completely by chance, by the way, because it's something that we've had in the past. We've had some local groups come in to talk about eating disorders and how it affects them, and the other things it can lead to, the other things that affect them, and it's something that touches me personally as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. We've both sat and had conversations after the Be My Guest with Eaters Anonymous, being like, we love a binge. we love binge eating.
And it's so hard to overcome, and sometimes it's not taken too seriously by some, but you know.
And I think what's important, what Tommy said as well, is everyone has mental health.
Oh, that was one of the best takeaways from that, isn't it?
Other. It's everyone has it, whether it's good or bad or difficult to manage.
Absolutely.
It's there.
And it affects everybody in society. It's rich, poor, young, old. It's anything can trigger it. But the main thing is, if you feel comfortable about it, then reach out, because there's lots of groups. There's the national type where you can go to nhsinform.scot and check on Mind to Mind, or check the mental health information in general. You've got lots of local groups as well, and we've always championed people like James's support group, like Mikey's Line, local Samaritans branch as well. There's people out there who will
Headspace Highland as well.
Yes, of course. Oh, Carly Sky. People who will happily give you their time to try and just get a wee bit better. So if you can, then go for it. And of course you've got Highland Hospital Radio, the station that is always trying to make you feel better. Sometimes we might not achieve that with some of the programming,
but music is good for your mental health.
Music is therapy. Tomorrow I am going to be going through anguish, because you may have heard just before the end of the last hour the advert for the Sunday Social, which is the collaboration that we do with hospital radios across the UK. There's this lovely guy called Richard Smith,
Lovely guy.
Shannon can't remember what he looks like, but that's another story.
I know what he looks like. I just didn't know he had a moustache.
How do you know that somebody looks like and don't know he has a moustache? So tomorrow his super duper special guest is me. I am representing Highland Hospital Radio on UK Hospital Radio tomorrow, which means I'm having to do his Wheel of Misfortune, which I didn't do very well at last time.
Oh no.
So if you don't know, he spins a wheel. I'll believe it when I actually see it. He spins a wheel and he tells you, here's what it's landed on, and it's like a one-hit wonder from the 50s, name it, and you've got 30 seconds to come up with a song that fits into the category of the A to Z of pop, which is his main thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, does it have to be like the letter of that week? Or?
No. Well, that could be what it lands on. Yeah, you see.
I'm going to automatically go for like Elvis or something.
But he was a one-hit wonder. This is what I got hit with last time, and I didn't do too good. So
How
this
did you
time
do this week as a little spoiler? Don't tell us whether you know.
Oh no, I don't know. I think it was the letter S this morning on the A to Z of pop.
Oh, okay.
Now I wouldn't like to gamble my mortgage on it, but that would suggest that the letter T is later on today. He says, scrolling through the system to see. Yes, it is. The letter T is your A to Z of pop this evening at 11 with Richard Smith. So I'll be on that tomorrow from 12. It's live for 2 hours all across the whole UK, which is really cool.
It's a great show. It really is.
Yeah, Richard's done so much for hospital radio and trying to make your time in hospital that a little bit better as well. Just like we are trying our best here as well. We've actually made something, haven't we? We made something to make it even easier to enjoy Highland Hospital Radio.
Yeah.
And it's going pretty well so far, I think.
I think we've done okay. I have been
only okay. Wow.
Forcefully downloading this onto other people's devices.
Yeah,
when they're not looking, just like.
Yeah, my work phone has the app. But yes, the Highland Hospital Radio app is now available for iPhones or Apple devices at the App Store, and you can also head over, if you don't have a good phone and you've got an Android, you can download it from the Google Play Store as well. Simply search HHR Radio and give it a wee download. It gives you the chance, of course, to listen live. You can actually immediately from the app go to our catch-up service, which is seriously cool. So the last 7 days worth of shows are there. You can see if you heard a song, you're like, oh, what song was that? I missed it. Or, I want to find out who it was. You can click on it and it'll show the last 10 songs we've played.
Nice. And you can thumbs up and thumbs down them?
If it's the current song. So you can't do it retrospectively. So when we play this next song, if you're listening live, what you could do is you could click on the thumbs up or the thumbs down to tell us what you think about the song. So why don't we give that a try? If you're listening on the app, even if you're listening on the website, you can click on the thumbs up or thumbs down and we'll see the scores coming in.
Yeah.
Like live, I think. I might have to hit refresh a few times.
It might be a few thumbs down for this one, but...
Who knows? But Shannon's done some great social media work with this.
I've tried.
Yeah, you've done... Hey.
I tried not to copy... Was it Glamorgan who did it?
Mm-hmm.
Where they did Don't Worry, Be Happy?
Be happy.
Yeah, be happy, yeah.
I think...
And I was like, let's find something else.
No, you've done well. And I'm very pleased with my hospital appointment you'll want to keep line. That's... it's
yes,
chef's kiss.
please.
So, download the app, head over to your app store just now and give us a wee check out on that. And drop us a message, because it's big and bold. Or at least it is now. I've been having some font issues. Haven't we all, Shannon, in terms of getting the text to stand out for the message us button. So yeah, download the app, click on message us, drop us a wee message, and if you want to request a song or something, let us know. Or, of course, you can always submit your answer to Beat Detective, which is coming up in a few moments' time, and you can join in with our Olympic-themed This or That. But first, to celebrate our app, here's Pharrell Williams and Appy. Do you know what time it is?
Is it time for Beat Detective?
It sure is.
Yay, how exciting.
Beat Detective is our cryptic clue quiz, which will lead you towards the final song on today's show. What we do is the super duper computer, it picks the songs for us, then we come in and say, no, I'm not having that, that's a load of rubbish, and change it. But not the last one. Oh no, the last one always stays the same. You never changed the last one, Shannon.
It.
I do. This week, I'll let you decide if I've changed it or not, to this amazing song which we are going to play out with today. Okay.
I've had a look at this and I really need to get into sort of my music knowledge with this.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I kind of know it, but at the same time, I don't know if I do.
Ooh.
You know?
Interesting. Shall I give you the clue?
Yes, please.
Okay, so your artist is made up of 2 words. It is a 2-word artist. Your clue is: this red jumper wearing, tartan scarfed bear's accommodation.
Okay.
This red jumper wearing, tartan scarfed bear's accommodation. That's your clue for your artist.
Right, okay.
Your song. Now, Shannon and I have debates about this, but it's got, the song title has brackets in it, so I'm giving you the clue with brackets. Exactly. So your song title is 1 word, then in brackets another 4 words.
Oh, right, okay.
Right,
that's
so
fine.
it's 1 word, then in brackets 4 words.
So 5 words in total.
5 words in total, but I think it's important to say with the brackets.
Yeah. Okay.
Or parentheses if you prefer. And the clue, right, so the clue works around that. So the bit that's outside the brackets is the 1 word, the bit inside the brackets is the 4 words. So, make a break for it.
I've just got it. Thanks. I'm here all night.
Make a break for it, brackets, a tune for Puerto Rican rum coconut cocktail.
Yeah. Got it.
So once again, your song is Make a Break for It, brackets, a tune for Puerto Rican rum and coconut cocktail. Your artist is this red jumper wearing, tartan scarfed bear's accommodation. 2 words for that one. Let us know if you get it. studio@hhr.scot. That clue will be appearing imminently on our social media, won't it, Shannon?
It's already up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not that I forgot or lost track of time or anything earlier, but yeah.
Or message us on the app.
Message the studio on the app, because it's a nice, well, it's not a bright white box, it's a sort of off-green. There's a long story. Basically, I'm really struggling to get...
It's duck egg.
Yeah, I'm really struggling to get this box to appear, but the tech guys are going to help me out this week. What a tune from Boston, More Than a Feeling. That is a great air guitar song.
It is.
Were you ever watching Scrubs? Are you a Scrubs fan at all? Do you know what Scrubs is?
That one.
What?
The one on the Channel 4.
No Superman.
Yeah. The Doctor one, the one that's coming back out.
Scrubs is coming back,
It
yeah.
is.
And
excited.
I am excited about it because my wife and I, we loved the original series of Scrubs up to like season 8. Then the last one was rubbish, which so many sitcoms are.
Yeah.
Like they do a final hurrah and it's quite poor. But they're coming back. It's exciting. Lots of the old characters are coming back.
Yes.
And I'm remembering that because in one of the episodes donkeys ago, they have an air guitar band off. There's two rival air guitar bands.
Yes.
And they play Boston More Than a Feeling. And I'm sure I've just got an image of the janitor playing bass guitar.
I like when
Obviously,
they
bass
used to
air
do
guitar.
the jokes from House MD. There was that whole thing about like he hurt his leg, so he just became House.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
It's such a Scrubs. Yeah, go back and watch it. Unfortunately, some of it is probably aged rather poorly.
Yeah.
And that's a good podcast as well. Real Fake Doctors, Real Friends. So as Zach and Donald do a podcast.
Did they?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
This is how it's all kind of come about. They started doing a podcast during COVID. Didn't everybody? But then it started to gain some momentum. No, we've started now. We've come late to the party.
Yeah.
Hi to everybody listening on the podcast. It then grew arms and legs. People, like special guests from the show, came onto it. It then led to an advert campaign that they managed to do, and then this has led to the series coming back. So I think it's out on Disney Plus in the UK this week. I think it's this week. Don't quote me on that.
Time flies.
And that ties in nicely because we're a hospital radio, and that's a hospital programme. See, this is all relevant content. We've been, we're both busy just now because we've got new people in our lives.
Yes.
You've got some
I have a four-legged
damage.
friend.
You've got damage to your hand.
To be
Tell
fair,
us
it
more.
was something I was trying and it didn't work out.
What? Stick your hand in the dog's mouth? Is that?
No. Like it's a training thing that I was trying, but he's a bit too young for it. But yeah, he's teething. He's teething.
Yeah.
And we're learning, but because like he's not even been with us for a week.
Yeah, of course. It's only your first week of this. Is your new
we
dog.
picked him up on
this is
Valentine's
Paddy.
Day.
Yes, what a romantic thing to do.
Paddy Badger Hamby.
His
His full legal name.
Of course. I think ours is Minnie Moo Nelson. I think that's
cute.
our dog.
Yeah.
So we both entered the world of puppies. We've had ours since October. You've just got yours for a week.
Yes.
And this is all a secret ploy that you and I are just going to bring them in here one day as like assistants.
They're going to be pup volunteers.
They're
That's what they're going to be.
They're going to get their own beanies to match our beanie hats, and they're getting little jackets that say, Highland Hospital Radio official dog.
Yeah.
It's
like having the Top Gear dog, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, except we won't just give up on it after a few weeks as a bad idea and never be spoken of again. Maybe. So yeah, because we were talking about puppy training. Our puppy training took a bit of a blow this week.
Yes, so I saw.
We might put this up on the socials just for after. How's puppy life going? And you can show a picture of your hand with young
Paddy.
With young Paddy. We were sitting. My wife was away working down in Edinburgh this week, so she was away overnight, Wednesday to Thursday. And Thursday after work and school and piano lesson, we were sitting in the house, and I was sitting in the living room with my son Henry, who's sitting with us today. He's out in the hall. And Jess, my daughter, was upstairs. And we didn't have Minnie with us, so we just presumed that Minnie was up with Jess.
Yeah.
And after a wee while, I thought...
Which she does,
Yeah, absolutely. She goes and sits and chills up there. I went upstairs to find that Minnie was not with anybody. She was unattended.
It was snowing indoors.
It was snowing indoors. And what we found was that Minnie had found a 24-pack of Andrex. Not cheap, but I mean, toilet roll, by the way, is not cheap.
No, Andrex not cheap.
Yeah, well, I'm earning, It was a 10% off club card shop. So we had a 24-pack of Andrex had been burst open, and Minnie had got to at least 12 rolls of the 24.
Bless.
And had destroyed most of them, and it was a blizzard of white loo roll all over the upstairs. The best of it is, so she's a cockapoo, and for complicated reasons, she's not had a haircut lately, and the toilet roll was like embedded in her hair. She needed brushed out. But when we went upstairs, you know that look that you get of, look what I did! Isn't that amazing? Aren't you really proud? Isn't this great? Goodness me. So the Hoover, the Dyson Hoover, other, bagless Hoovers are available.
I love this. Andrex toilet roll, Dyson Hoovers.
Listen,
check out.
It's all the money I make from hospital radio that means I can afford this.
I have the Henry Pet Extreme.
The Pet Extreme. Yeah. We don't need an animal because we've got a non-casting dog. Because we've got a designer dog. We're having a cockapoo.
We found out recently he's not a hypo dog. We're like, whoopsies. Ben's having a great time right now, I'm sure.
Well, he is just as guilty of this dog purchase, I'm sure.
Yes, Haffers.
Haffers. So yeah, puppy life is going well, but in the coming weeks, once Paddy is old enough, I'm hoping that we can get a wee meet up between Paddy and Minnie.
He's due his vax in a couple of weeks.
Cool.
And then at the end of March, we're off to a wedding, but that's a whole different thing.
I've seen his outfit. His outfit. He's going to look super smart.
Outfit for
of course, he is.
We're not dressing the dog,
so
are we?
In terms of future weddings, is Paddy going to be like the ring bearer at your wedding? Do you think?
I think he's going to be our best boy.
Oh wow!
He's gonna welcome everyone into the ceremony. I think
awesome.
That's kind of the main bit, and then we're hoping we're going to get a pauperone, a chaperone, So you can book
James.
You
James
can
isn't
book
here.
people.
He's usually the pun guy. But yeah,
you can book people to look after your dog on your wedding day. So they're there for the ceremony and the pictures, and then they take him away, take him to your house or to theirs, do whatever needed, walks, food, all that stuff. So you don't need to worry about him. I'm like, yeah, for 300 quid, I don't see why not.
Oh, hold on a minute. Mr. Dyson here is like Mr. Big Money Bucks, and you're spending £300 on somebody to look after your dog on your wedding day.
Next year.
Jeezy peeps. So we'd love to know dogs of the show. So if there are anybody else,
we need to do a post.
Yes. So we'll do this once our dogs are able to meet each other and have a wee catch up and some playtime.
Yeah.
What we'd like to know is if you listen to the show along with your four-legged friend. It can be a doggy, it can be a cat, it can it could be a bird. Whoever it is you listen to the show with, we'd love to hear from them as well. So do come and join in with us. Now, I did have this set up, but then somebody's coming in and distracted me. It is time. Yes, thank you, James.
It's all right.
It's time.
Hi, James.
It's time for this or that.
Oh.
And it's an Olympic themed this or that this week. So I don't know if you've noticed, but the Winter Olympics have been going on just now. They're currently being held in Italy. And Team GB's actually doing all right. I think are we on 5 golds or something just now, I think. Have you been watching it at all?
No.
I've just been watching... Okay.
Great. Hashtag content.
I've just been watching the things on socials, on Reels. Just because,
Because that's how you consume
that's how I
visuals
consume.
These days.
Yeah, I don't really watch telly. I do, but I don't,
Yeah.
But it's a bit fun, isn't it? I think everyone becomes a bit too much of a professional, even though they've never played the game before.
Absolutely. I'll be watching the what's the snowboarding one, the big air, and they go down and they have to do so many spins, etc.
Oh,
and
the
tail
big,
grab,
dish thing,
yeah. Oh no, this one it's imagine ski jumping. Yeah, so ski jump, you come down,
I know the ski
simple,
jump, yeah,
right?
Eddie the Eagle.
Exactly, thank you. But this is on a snowboard. You ski jump, but instead of just landing, whilst you're in there, you have to do tricks. So it's like skateboarding.
So it's like Tony Hawk's. Tony Hawk, sorry.
Tony Hawk's, yeah.
Tony Hawk's. Pro skate.
Tony Hawk's, yeah.
It's Tony Hawk, isn't it?
Yeah,
I was getting confused with somebody else.
He should try that. I think he'd be good at that.
So see the commentators for that.
Kind of old now, though.
Oh, he's in his 50s.
Is he like a Zimmer
still
fame?
does.
You think all the damage he's done to himself over the years, it probably is, a bit more restricted.
I'm sure he could put wheels on his Zimmer frame, right?
Yeah, why not? I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
The commentators for those kind of ones are called Ed and Tim, who are on the BBC certainly, and they are like your extreme guys, like whoa, it's a 1060 bin lid. It's that kind of stuff. So they, what they did is they did a bit of a mashup, and they got them to commentate on the curling this week.
Oh, everyone gets so judgmental, and obviously there was that whole double tap. Is it scandal?
Well,
because
did Canada touch it after the hog line? Is it?
Yes, he did. He did.
But they were swearing. The Canadians getting angry and swearing, I find astonishing.
I thought they were really nice people.
Exactly. But here they are, I think we need to put in allegedly cheating at the curling. And by the way, here in Scotland, we don't take kindly to that, because that's
our stone.
It comes from the island just over there.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's all just calm down a wee bit. For a bit of this or that, what we've got here is I have got 10 cities. Okay. And I'm going to ask you, have they hosted the Olympics or have they not? It's as simple as that.
Okay.
And what we're calling, we've hosted the Olympics, don't you know? It's because let's face it, that's the only
So
reason
there's
to do it.
no sort of song we had a fortnight ago when it was Binky Book.
No.
We're
trying to eradicate it from our minds.
Thanks. I quite enjoyed that. That's what happens when you're on a lot of cold and flu tablets.
Quite simply. Yeah, we hosted the Olympics, don't you know? So I have got 10 cities, one of which might have been mentioned earlier by a certain Jay Hasty. In fact, let's make that one number 1. So are you ready for your 10 city names? Just tell me, have they hosted the Olympics Or have they not?
all over the Olympics? Like
Either summer or
summer,
winter.
winter,
Yes,
Paralympics,
this is well, yeah, because the Paralympics are in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not the Commonwealth Games, just to be sure.
Well,
That's
no,
not the
because that's not the.
That's why I threw it in.
I think we've dealt with that as forceful as it needed to be done. City number 1. Is this an Olympic city or not? Barcelona. James.
Do you know what? I don't know about that now. Do you know what it is? It was
That's a tricky
Okay,
one.
I'll go.
Barcelona.
Barcelona, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, let's say they did.
I'll say at least
they
I'm got
hosted the
1
Olympics.
point here, you know?
Yeah.
These are both right. Yes, Barcelona, the 1992 Summer Olympics. I think the thing that jumps out for me is Freddie Mercury there. I always think of that because they reused his song Barcelona.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm just very quickly.
Barcelona.
That one, yeah.
Oh, I was thinking like Barcelona, but that also isn't.
What?
It's I
What?
Sharona.
Yeah, that's my Sharona by the neck. When you gonna give me my Barcelona? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I like that.
Yeah, it's
but-
just because Weird Al did my Bologna. Barcelona.
Yes.
Yeah, you see where I got it from now?
It's Monserrat Cabelli. That was who did it with him, yes. So it was originally years before, actually, 1988, but they reused it for the Summer Olympics in 92. Your next city is Sochi, which is in Russia. Sochi in Russia. Is that an Olympic host city?
Yes.
Yes.
Both saying yes. Correct, yeah. It is the 2014 Winter Olympics were held in Sochi. Next up, we've got Calgary. Is Calgary an Olympic city or is it not?
Can I ask where Calgary is?
Calgary is in Canada, eh? The friendly nation that cheats at curling. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No.
I don't think they have. I would have thought if it was Canada, it would be like the other big cities.
Vancouver.
Yeah. So they haven't hosted the
So you're saying no,
Olympics.
Calgary has not hosted it. I draw your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, to the movie Cool Runnings, which was based on the Jamaican bobsleigh team.
The restaurant.
Nice local angle there. I don't mind that at all. No, the 1988 Winter Olympics, where the Jamaican
right,
bobsled
yes.
team featured at
Vancouver.
Calgary. Wrong.
Calgary.
So Calgary was the host of the 1988 Winter Olympics.
Oh, so it was based off a real story, essentially.
Yeah.
Cool Running. I don't know. Like
Seriously,
I
you're
wasn't born
it was
then.
a Disney
yeah.
film.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
Disney?
Back in, but 1990
Wow.
something, wasn't it?
It was certainly after 1988, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was.
It was before 1998, so
Oh, I'm sorry, we're just
Yeah.
writing it off.
yeah.
Number 4. Detroit. Has Detroit hosted the Summer or Winter Olympics? It could actually, I'm just thinking technically, Detroit.
I feel like Detroit would be too warm for the Winter Olympics, but they use artificial snow anyway, don't they?
But it could be summer.
Could be the Summer Olympics. It's Winter
Yeah,
or
I
Summer
know,
Olympics.
but
Yeah.
Just breaking
Unless
it
they
down.
just
I'm breaking it down.
waited for the snow to melt. I'm going to go for no.
We've got a no from James.
Yeah, I feel like it's not really an Olympic area, Detroit.
So you're saying no, it has not hosted the Olympics. Shannon Marvel.
Yes, I am saying no.
Correct. It's kind of a sore one for Detroit. They have bid 7 times and failed each time. Yeah,
Isn't Detroit where they used to have all the muscle cars as well?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, that is absolutely spot on. So the city that has applied for the Olympics and still hasn't had it, they tried it in 44, 52, 56, 60, 64, 68 and 1972 and lost every single time.
Aww.
Other places have had failed bids. I'll give you Los Angeles. It's 7 failed bids, but they've been successful a number of times as well. So
Yeah. I was
but
going to
Detroit-
say, didn't we go to... Did something
The
happen in LA, or is it the football?
yeah, but I think one of the
World Cup.
stadiums is going to be in the Olympic Arena
Yeah,
in Los
okay,
Angeles.
cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Next up, number 5 on the list is Jakarta. Jakarta.
Question.
I knew this
Where
was
is
coming,
Jakarta?
which
Is it Egypt?
which is exactly why I have had this list.
We need to buy you like a atlas or something like that, first
Yeah,
of all,
probably. I need like a little globe or something. I don't know. anything
Jakarta is, of course, he said, he's frantically looking for it through his list that he's somehow managed to make a mess of, and he's lost it.
Have you not used Google?
I have heard of this. Where's Jakarta gone?
Indonesia.
It is in Indonesia. Thank you. I was looking at the wrong list. Thank you.
It's a nice roundabout, that is.
so
Finches should take some
It is
notes.
actually the most populous city in the world, and there is some debate about whether it is a city or whether it's a region. Anyway, so what are you saying? Has Jakarta hosted the Olympics? Yes or
I
no?
want to go for no.
I'm going to go for yes.
Oh, it's the first split decision, so now we know that one's in the lead and one is not in the lead. But who is right, who is wrong?
Ooh.
Jakarta has never hosted the Olympics, I'm afraid. So James gets the point, Shannon does not. James is one up on Shannon here.
That's fine.
Next up, number 6 is Rome. Has Rome ever hosted the Olympics?
I know where Rome is.
Nobody's looking that one up. We're good.
Where is it? Just out of curiosity, where is it?
Italy.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Positive?
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
So, however, if we don't mind circling back round again to the
sorry.
question,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
has Rome hosted the Olympics?
Is that like
They've
2
got
minutes?
to.
circles?
Surely. I'm going to say yes. They have.
Shannon says they have.
I'm going to go for no again.
Ooh. The 1960 Summer Olympics were held in Rome, so we're back on level terms here.
Did you know they serve tenants in Rome?
Do they?
Yeah. I quite like a tenant's
What
extra.
about lodgers? Do they serve them?
Thing it, you
he's
two,
actually-
when you're put together in a room, it's chaos.
Yeah, but you have to think more, do you know what I mean?
Wow, that's a slam. It's a slam right there. Brutal. Number 7. Excuse me. Number 7 is Cape Town. Has Cape Town hosted the Olympics?
They've
Come
done the
on,
World Cup.
ask the question then. Where's Cape Town?
This is South Africa.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
I knew that one. The World Cup was done there.
It was indeed, yes.
With the
Both football,
Vuvuzelas.
the Vuvuzelas.
Vuvuzelas.
They've had both the Rugby World Cup and the FIFA World Cup as well. Has Cape Town hosted the Olympics? Yes or no?
No.
No.
You are both correct. Shockingly, the Olympics has never been to Africa.
Why not?
I don't know. Well, hello? I don't know. Who do you want me to ask? I mean, they just haven't they? Okay, right.
Call the Olympic board now.
I'll phone up
it's
Sebco.
like
He'll
one of
know.
the biggest continents, all bar. You know.
It's certainly in the top 5 of biggest continents. I would certainly give you that. Next up is number 8. Oslo. Has Oslo hosted the Olympics? Oslo, of course, in where, Shannon?
Sweden.
Norway.
You were...
I was in
Close.
the right
Yeah,
vicinity.
You know what? I bet the Swedes love hearing that. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, Norway. Yeah, close enough. That's like people here saying, "Oh, you're from England, aren't you?" And James and I would go,
Okay. I think they have been.
"You think?"
Yeah,
they have
I'm going for yes as well. I think it was a Winter Olympics.
2 yeses, yes. The 1952 Winter Olympics were held in Oslo. Next up, number 9 is New Delhi. New Delhi.
Are you waiting for me to ask the
The
question?
glacial look from across the room.
It's in India.
It is indeed, yes.
No.
Straight in. We've got a no from James.
I'm going to say yes, just for fun.
Just for funsies, you shouldn't have been fun. You should have been boring, Shannon. You're incorrect. Despite hosting the 1951 and 1982 Asian Games and the 2010 Commonwealth Games, New Delhi has
right.
not hosted the Olympics, and indeed nobody from India has. So we're on to number 10. The best you can do is draw, Shannon.
That's fine. I'm happy with that.
Number 10 is Brisbane. Brisbane, which is in...
Australia.
There we go. Has that hosted the Olympics? Has that been an Olympic host city?
I'm going to go for yes.
Yes.
2 yes. Are you sure you don't want to split the vote, because then you've got a chance of drawing at
You
least?
can only give you a pencil. Just to draw.
So you're saying yes it has,
Draw.
James. Shannon, are you sticking with yes, or are you going to...
I'm going to say... pressure. I'm still going to stick to yes.
You're sticking with yes.
Yeah.
Well, these are both wrong. James wins. However, it is a slight wee tricky question, because Brisbane will host the 2032 Summer Games. They are the host city for not the next, but the next again
So it's
Summer
you.
Olympics.
So technically they are hosting.
But
It's
have
just
they
to
hosted?
be.
Have they hosted?
Past tense and...
Have they
and-
hosted?
yeah.
Have they hosted?
I'm not doing any more
Have they?
vocab
Do you want me to
stuff
write
with
to?
you
Do
guys.
you want me to write to UHI again and try and get an answer for something? Can I give you the clue again for this week's Beat Detective?
You certainly can.
It is an artist of 2 words, this red jumper wearing tartan scarfed bear's accommodation. So give me a teddy bear, you know, a sort of animated cartoon bear who has a red jumper and a tartan scarf, Shannon.
Is it Rupert
It is Rupert the bear. And a type of accommodation, please.
Holmes?
Rupert Holmes, right? And your song, yeah?
Yeah.
Your song is Make a Break for It. Would you be escaping?
Yeah, I think you would be.
A tune for Puerto Rican rum and coconut cocktail?
The Pina Colada song.
It's Rupert Holmes' Escape, the Pina Colada song. Well, that's us. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
James is up
Bye-bye.
next. Stay tuned. Well, that's the show there done. A good show.
Yeah.
Again, the time flies by.
I love when James enters the show.
It just
Chaos evolves.
turmoil. He's next door just now because he is doing his new show, and I'm just
Which is sounding amazing right now.
Yeah, I'm just doing some production for him just now. I'm trying to record a podcast outro and do some production while I'm at it.
Do some live radio,
some live radio production. He's doing really well. Yeah, I mean it's always tough. Do you remember your first radio show?
Yeah.
And how did that go?
It went okay. The joys is it was pre-recorded like my first one, but I was told off because I turned around and said Xbox is better than PS5s and you can get it cheaper in the games shop in Bury.
You got told off?
I got told off because obviously this is Ofcom, so you're not meant to be promoting other businesses and stuff like that. So yeah, I got the tell, but no one told me. So how was I going to know?
How are you supposed to know? My first show, I remember the first song that I played on the radio was Bare Naked Ladies 1 week. Yep.
As you do.
And I came back from the break and said, "That's Bare Naked Ladies here on Regal Radio. Of course, don't go researching them on Google if it's a work computer you're listening to."
Oh dear.
And I told the same story I always tell about Bare Naked Ladies. I got lost with my best friend Leslie, who we were going to see the Bare Naked Ladies with, and we got lost, and it was the days before SatNav. So getting lost in Glasgow, having to phone somebody on a mobile phone, which we did have, to get them to get their Glasgow A to Z out to tell us directions. Crazy times. Try telling the kids that these days.
Yeah, exactly.
Really good show. Thoroughly enjoyed the interview with Tommy.
Yeah, that was lovely.
He was such a really nice, positive guy. I think we said this during the show. People who have been through so much in their lives, but then come back and revisit it to tell people about what they've done to try and help others. It's really, it's quality. Again, we'll put the details up on the website, so if you've missed that, or I was going to say, how would you miss it because it's a podcast? By the way, nhsinform.scot/mind to mind, and that'll get you through to the place you need to be. I thought that Beat Detective was cracking. I was very pleased with it. I loved it.
I was so pleased I got it.
Well, we had the mics off when you got it. You were,
it made sense.
It was one of those moments.
It was good.
We had some Olympic fun as well. We had some dog chat. It's been a really good episode. A good week of Saturday drop-in.
Good week of chit-chat.
Indeed.
Chits and the chats.
So please, if you ever want to get in touch with us, you can email us. It's the wee super duper secret podcast only, although we have kind of let it out the bag a wee bit. socials@hhr.scot, where you can get through to us on the podcast if you ever just want to say hi.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're thinking. We know that there's people downloading and listening to this. We can see you.
we can
see that you're doing it. Why, we don't know, but we know you're doing it. So drop us a message.
Because they like us.
Right. So get in touch with us, please. It keeps us happy. And if there's anything you want to hear us doing or try or change or whatever, then that's good as well. Mm-hmm. How's your week looking, Shannon? What are you up to?
Next week.
You've got a car problem. You're trying to get your car.
Yeah. So my car has a recall.
Yeah.
I've known about this since August.
You're joking?
Yeah.
Really? You've been driving around in your dangerous car?
No, it wasn't technically dangerous. It wasn't on the list as super dangerous when I called up. When I said, hey, I haven't had a letter, but my car is in for a recall. And they went, yeah, not yet.
And how many people have been killed by this fault that's needing recalled?
6. In Europe, I'm going to state. It's no confirmation in the UK.
Because of Brexit, you're not going to be injured by your car? Is that what you think?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I'm a good driver. I don't tend to use my airbag, which I think is a good thing. But I had it booked in for Thursday, and then the guys just called me up just saying oh, you booked in a courtesy car? And I'm like, yes, because I'm not working in Inverness that day. And they were just like, yeah, someone's actually written off the courtesy car. I'm like, great, what next? So it's now the following Thursday. But the thing is, I'm getting a £500 job done for free.
Yeah, well, that's cool. And they'll clean it for you as well. How cool is that? You put your car into the garage. Does your car at that garage not wash your car?
At the AC?
Oh, I don't know, but my car was in for a service there at a local car dealership. We won't mention them because they don't sponsor us and they sponsor some other 3-letter show.
Yeah.
And they wash it for you. Your car gets a wash.
They're going to see my car and be like, absolutely not. I found a raisin, which I thought was a grape.
So that's just... Well, hold on. I mean, technically they are. Well, yeah.
Because it's been, cold.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's like rehydrated from like the frost or something like that. But I'm just like, when did I have raisins in my car? And that would have been when my friends brought their daughter up for a weekend holiday. And that was like, I want to say like September.
Not recent, it's fair to say.
Not recent, so that's why it's become a grape. But yeah. So yeah, it needs a clean, yeah. But, you know, now I've got a dog, there's kind of no point cleaning my car, really.
Well,
I mean, there is.
Do you know what? I work on a similar
hygiene.
basis, which is for the past 13 plus years I have had children.
Yeah.
So
I've also thrown dirt in your car as well.
Yeah.
Not intentionally, but it was an accident.
what was that again?
I bought some sunflowers.
That's
off
what
do
it
you
was,
remember?
and you just literally.
I just
thought,
knocked it over. I was like, I'll put it on the floor.
I'm going to keep the pot for myself, so I'll just empty the entire contents of the pot into the footwell of your car.
No, that's not what happened. Don't
Feels like
lie.
it was.
No, I mean, yeah, but like, no. I didn't intentionally throw dirt across your car.
You did not intentionally throw dirt across my car.
And was just like, it's fine, the car's dirty anyway. But I was like,
mortified.
Crying. I was, I'm so sorry.
It was because that was the start of our. Because you and your partner were coming over for dinner, I think.
Yeah, we had a barbecue.
We had the barbecue. That's right. Yeah.
With your neighbours that are no longer your neighbours.
Yeah, the neighbours who are all
How's
leaving.
that going?
Yeah. Well, out of the 3 houses, 2 have sold, 1 hasn't.
Oh.
And now you feel really bad for the house that hasn't sold, but they'll get there. It's fine. It's fine.
Which one is it? The one across from you?
The one who was up for sale first.
Oh no.
Who it was sold and then they had to take it back again. Yeah.
Oh no.
So, folks, yeah, if you fancy a lovely 4-bed detached house
a
and be my neighbour, get in touch. Socials at hhr.scot. I'll send you the listing.
Amazing.
Would you like to live next to one of Inverness's premier hospital radio presenters? Who wouldn't?
All you just hear is like you doing your at-home recording, going, peas and rice through the window, through the walls. Sorry,
yeah.
Peas and rice.
I remember doing that once here when I accidentally forgot that the studio, the studio number 2 was live, and I was doing my pre-record, and I was like giving myself motivational speeches, wasn't I? Come on, Tom, you're better than this. You can do this, Tom. Come on. And then I think somebody messages, you know we can hear you. Not done that for a while.
No, this is very true.
Yeah, we're 100% professional here. So that we'll leave it at that. You've had your show, you've had your tea, on your way now. We'll be back again next week. We're hoping to have another guest. I've got a penciled-in guest.
I have seen the penciled-in guest.
So they're still waiting to get back to me to confirm. So I won't say who the guest is, just in case they can't make it.
Yeah.
But hopefully another guest. I've got a few potential guests lined up over the next couple of weeks. So it's looking pretty good here on this Saturday drop-in. But even if we don't have a guest, you get lots of #monitored, #content from Shannon and I. So have a lovely week, whatever it is you get up to, whether you've got an airbag that's got death capabilities to you, or whether you've just got a dog that destroys your house with toilet roll. You have a lovely time. Get well soon if you're listening in hospital, and just stay well and be happy. Or be happy here with us.
Download that app.
Download the app.
Patient Wi-Fi.
We'll see you later on. Bye, folks.
Bye-bye.